Good day and welcome to another broadcast of Venture Capital Fund. In the event that you're joining me for the first time, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Code and Manager's Toolkits. These two books are already on the bestseller list. Today, I want to welcome you once again on the journey as we examine the 8 steps to building a better business, building a global brand. That information is taken from my best-selling book, which is Manager's Toolkit. And so far, we would have had an exciting journey with the information that we would have shared. Before I get into this program, I want to encourage you, the viewing public, to help me grow this channel. So I would love for you that if you find the information interesting, do give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to this program. Do share this program in your network so to help us reach as much people as possible. And your support in this regard will be totally appreciated. Now, welcome back to today's program as we examine the 8 fundamental steps to building a better business and building your brand with global relevance. Yes, we are now at the tail end of this exercise, and that is the 8th step. So today we're going to be looking at brand credibility optimization. And yes, for your business, whether your business is about providing a product or providing a service, you want credibility to stand out. The public must have trust in your brand. They must see your brand, your business as a credible operation. And to achieve this is not going to happen automatically, but you have to have a game plan to make it happen. So today I'm going to walk you through those game plans that we have looked at over the last few days. That represents the 8 fundamental steps to building a better business and building your business, your brand, your ideas with global relevance. So the first thing I want us to begin by looking at how do you go about building credibility is a process. That process begins with brand consistency and brand traits optimization. What again do I mean by this? It simply means that you need to invest time, talent, and resources to build a better brand. And to build that better brand, that brand must have relevance to that target market. And the more you understand about your target market, is the more you're going to be able to build your products, your service, your brand to have hit on relevance and impact to your target market. So when we talk about brand consistency, brand traits optimization, all of this is wrapped into it. So if you would have missed out on the earlier broadcast of the 8 steps to building a better business, building a global brand, I want to encourage you to look back at those videos. Find the channel and look back at the content, because the information will literally help you develop a new perspective on doing business, and it will help you to scale your operation. So step 1 is brand consistency, and that consistency must be relevant to your target market, which we call brand traits optimization. Some of the things you would have covered in building your brand, while your brand is going to plateau to a certain point and deliver a certain degree of satisfaction, the last thing that you want to become is complacent as your brand plateau. The way the market is very dynamic, and the market is not static. The market is an ever-changing environment, and people needs are also ever-changing. And if your brand, your product, your service, your idea is not changing in alignment with consumer demand, you will be leaving the door open for the competition to step right in and take your market share. That's the last thing that you want when you're doing business. The next thing that I want us to look at as it relates to steps that you can take to build credibility in your brand is to also understand the concept that we talk about when we talk about brand visibility game plan. You need a brand visibility game plan. And this again is absolutely necessary. You want a game plan to that really helps you to understand communication channels, understand first of all your target market, understand communication channel, and understand how to leverage those communication channels to get a spot on impact with your specific target market. So when we talk about a visibility game plan, we are literally talking about you understanding the dashmar of marketing, the dashmar of advertising, meaning that you need to understand radio, television, newspaper, you need to understand social media platform, you need to understand website. But it's not just to know that they exist. In understanding the existence of these things are not existing in isolation to the cultural type and the lifestyle type, the social class type of your target market. So all of these things are things that we went into, we dig in, relatively deep into it to really shape your understanding as to when we talk about brand visibility, what we're talking about. You need to have a game plan here. And that game plan will be about knowing your target audience, knowing the programs that they're looking at, understanding the communication channel, and building marketing content that is going to have the strongest impact on that target market. We talk about brand reach optimization. That's the third concept that we look at, brand reach optimization and brand reach game plan. You need to have a brand reach game plan. This is all steps that you need to take in building up the credibility into your brand. And in reaching your brand, and when we look at your brand reach optimization, your brand reach game plan, it doesn't make a lot of sense to advertise your brand. And you have people in remote location and in the outskirt area where you're getting great demand for your product, but you cannot get your brand to those people. How would they trust you in delivering the brand to them? So brand reach game plan is something that you need to look at. And in our program, we looked at all of this. We look at the 4 Ps of the whole process. And I want to encourage you to look back at those videos so you will get a clear idea. In your brand reach game plan, you need to recognize that your target market may be geographically dispersed throughout the country. And you need to know this, and you need to have a strategic game plan that will give you access to that critical market base. There is where you're going to be able to cash flow. So we look at all of that. The 4th step that we would have looked at in this 8-step series is brand impact game plan. You want to know that your brand, your products, your services, your ideas, your brand is having impact. You want to build your brand to have impact. But for your brand to have impact, it's all about your corporate culture. And we talk about this. And what we clearly say is that your brand must have impact at 2 levels. Your brand must have impact at the internal workforce, and the brand must have impact at the external public. And to have the strongest impact, you need the right corporate culture. We looked at that. So I want to encourage you to look back at that. Because of all of these systems is what leads up to brand credibility in the eyes of the public. You also have to have a game plan to impact the general public. And there's 1,001 things that you can do to have impact at both levels. And we talk about the importance of your brand having internal impact. Your brand having internal impact is what's going to reduce absenteeism, reduce staff turnover, is what's going to boost staff motivation, is what's going to increase productivity and increase profit of your organization. And this is the kind of culture that you need to scale. And when your brand is having impact with the general public, the specific target audience, here is where you're going to have massive referrals taking place. Here is where you're going to have repeat purchase taking place. Here is where you're going to be able to introduce new products and new services and new ideas to that specific target group that you're having the strongest impact with. So all of these things are absolutely important for you to look at when you are taking steps to build brand credibility in the eyes of the public. Now, with all of this, we also look at the fifth step, which is brand conversion game plan. You must have a brand conversion game plan. You need to know that you have your think tankers, your game changers, your dream makers, your trendsetters, your global thinkers and social actors and transformational leaders who are constantly think tanking how to convert viewership into usership and how to convert first-time customers into lifetime consumers. Brand conversion optimization. All of this information is in my book, Manager's Toolkit, How to Build a Global Brand. So get your copy today. So all of this information is what is part of the stepping stone that you will have to tread on when you are moving towards building credibility with your brand in the eyes of the consumer and the general public. It is from brand conversion optimization, it is from your brand conversion game plan, is where you stand the greatest chance to attract new customers, the greatest chance to build customers for life. The game plan should be a game plan that truly allows you to connect with the customer in a special way. And in that connection, you can really build relationships with those customers for life. You don't want a business transaction to just be you hand a goods or a service to the customer, you collect your money, and that is the business transaction, right? Brand conversion optimization has everything to do with your before the sales services corporate culture, during the sale culture, and after sales corporate culture. You need to know these things. And we work with you to ensure that we get this body of knowledge across to you in a way that it can be easily applied and achieve maximum impact and with the public. You want to invest in brand conversion optimization. You must have your brand conversion game plan. The sixth concept that we look at is brand confidence optimization. And you certainly need to have a brand confidence game plan. What steps are you taking to ensure that the public have confidence in your brand? For the public to have confidence in your brand is all about the public knowing that you have the ability to deliver products and services consistently up to their expectations. You have the ability and to deliver. It's like you're a doctor, you're a trained doctor. Because of the fact that you're a trained doctor, as against a doctor who does spring up from somewhere, you ask yourself this: you tend to invest more trust in a doctor who has been trained, perhaps from a credible institution, and all of this. You need to understand how to build trust, public trust in your brand. We put a lot of those information in these two books. Billionaire Codes and Managers Toolkits. A lot of those information are in these books. So you owe it to yourself to get copies of these books today. All right. I cannot emphasize the importance of building brand trust. And you need it. People need to trust you in business. They need to know that you're doing the right thing at all times, even when they're not looking. All right, brand trust is that part of it. Is brand trust, as I keep saying, is different than brand confidence. But it's important for you to be able to bring your products, your services, your business, and your brand to that point where it can truly benefit from public trust. And here is where um, the public knows that when you are not there, when they're not there, that the promise that you make to deliver quality consistently and to deliver quality above and beyond the customer expectation, they know that you will deliver. You will know that you will deliver. And the thing about it is that for this to happen, this is all a reflection of your corporate culture. The, everything rises and falls on culture. So from the time we get into your organization, we look at your corporate culture. Your corporate culture to achieve this. And where we have seen lacking, we provide the intervention that really gives you a solid footing to do the right thing. So that brings us to the last point here is brand credibility game plan. You must have a brand credibility game plan. So first of all, it's about taking every single step. The 7 systems that we have talked about early on, we talk about having your brand optimization game plan, your brand visibility game plan, your brand reach game plan, your brand impact game plan, your brand conversion game plan, your brand confidence game plan, your brand trust game plan. Now we come to the last one, brand credibility game plan. So you take all of this into consideration, you wrap it in. And through the whole process, remember, credibility is not something you can go and buy, like you buy a pharmaceutical product over the counter. Credibility is something that you have to build, and you have to be consistent with this process in order to be successful at it. And once you follow the systems that we're going to be giving you, you will be able to build credibility in the eyes of the public. And with building credibility, several things is going to happen. You're going to get massive customer referrals, massive amount of customer referrals. You don't even have to have an ad out there. I'm not saying that you should, but I'm saying to you that when you have credibility in the eyes of the public goes to work for you. The public becomes your advertising machine. They become part of the fabric of your organization because they trust your brand and they refer persons with specific needs to your brand. And you don't have to pay for that referral. So perhaps your advertising costs will come down significantly here because of the massive referral that can take place because you have now built brand credibility in the eyes of your consumers. So this is something that you want to invest heavily in, and we can help you develop the game plan for that. Something else that will happen is that you have an increase in your business growth. A massive amount of increase in your business growth because the referrals are coming, new customers are coming, they're using your brand, they are experiencing satisfaction with your brand. They themselves continue to refer others to your brand. They themselves have become repeat customers. They themselves, because you have a customer for life game plan, are locked into that customer for life game plan, and you're growing. You need to have system. Your culture must speak to these issues. All right, you don't want to do business as usual. The reason that your business is not going to scale the way you want it to scale is because of the fact that you are not applying all the systems that can be applied. And again, those information are in my best-selling book, Manager's Toolkits. Those information are in my best-selling book, Billionaire Codes. You want to learn these things to give your business, your ideas, your brand a fighting chance to be successful. Now, with massive amount of customer referrals, with increasing business growth, you're going to experience more profits. More profit means that you have more disposable income to diversify your business, your idea, your brand with global relevance. You can do all of this if you follow the systems that we're going to be given to you. And the next thing that you can be looking at here with credibility, you have market dominance. You have a credible brand. People like your brand. They're talking about your brand. You become a dominant player. To become a dominant player in the market, to get people to like your brand, love your brand, refer your brand has to comply with everything that we have talked about. And the first one, and I want to emphasize it, is brand. It must be relevant to your target market. The brand traits must be relevant to your target market. And for your brand traits to be relevant to your target market, I emphasize this. You need to invest the time, the talent, and the resources to get to know your target market. Get to know your target market. Get some skin in the game. You do this, you're going to have, you follow the systems, the 8 steps that we've talked about, the 8 systems that we have looked at, and you will come to the last point, which we call brand credibility. And you want to be at that point where people have confidence and trust and credibility in your brand. The last thing that we're going to be looking at here, and I know I've been sung like a repeated LP here, you will get public love, public respect. And nothing can beat that. When the public can say, use this brand. We have been using this brand for quite a number of months, quite a number of years, and it is working. So I recommend that you use this brand. All right, so again, I trust that those who are in the public, who are experiencing this content of information, you're truly falling in love with it and respecting the time that we're taking out to really bring this information to you. We love you, and we trust that you love us too. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes and Managers Toolkit. If you don't have a copy of these books, I want to encourage you to get a copy today. You can make a purchase directly from the website, which is www.megamoneygy.com, or you can scroll down to the bottom of that web page, find the email, send me an email, and let me know how much books you need, and I will be able to get all of these books at your office, at your desk, within the shortest possible time. Again, if you're looking at this program for the first time and you have never subscribed to this program, I want to encourage you to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and once you find the information useful. It has been a pleasure being with you today again, and we look forward to seeing you on the other side in person, and we are committed. And I want to say this, at Venture Capital Inc., Global Branding and Marketing, Mega Money Media, we have a team of experts. We have a team of PFA, professional financial advisors, personal financial advisors, a team of economists, a team of accountants and business consultants with a combined knowledge of over 75 years who are committed to building and growing business with global relevance. So I want to encourage you to reach out to us for a free consultation. Let us do a diagnosis on your business, and let us take steps, if necessary, to help you scale, build a better brand, build a better business, and scale your business idea with global relevance. Again, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our program. We would appreciate that a whole lot. And you will be the first to get these groundbreaking information that we are bringing to you on a daily basis. Be blessed, and I will see you on the other side.